Welcome to the CatFiveBoys podcast. I'm your host, Matt, and I'm here with my co-host, Maddie,
Hey everybody, hope everyone's doing well.
and my other co-host, George.
Hey everybody, how
Hi, everybody. How you? This man's voice cracked. Anyways, welcome to the show. Welcome to another episode. We were absent last time around. That was my fault this time. We took it off. Just took the day off, I guess. But we're here today, back on the regular rhythm of things. Last episode would have probably been boring anyways. There wasn't really much going on. So we took that time off, and now we're here. A couple of announcements before we start the show. First things first, a disclaimer. The views expressed on the show the views expressed by the individual hosts or guests do not necessarily reflect the views of the show itself, of the CatFiveBoys podcast. Further disclaimer, the topics that we speak on at times can get a little bit sensitive, a little bit not politically correct, I guess we could put it. If that's not your thing, if you're not really a fan of that, then maybe this is not the right podcast for you. Now is your warning to click off. We have clips. If you can't catch the full shows, you can't really make it through the full 2-hour episodes that we do. We post some of the best bits on our clips accounts. That's on Instagram at CatFiveBoys. That's on TikTok at CatFiveBoys. And here on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, we post shorts on YouTube as well. So if you guys want to catch kind of the best bits, obviously it's not all the best bits because then what's the point of the episodes? But some of the best bits of the shows, we post those on the clips accounts. So make sure you guys go follow those, like the videos, comment down below on them. Just do all the good stuff. You already know what it is. If you want to be a guest on the show, we would love to have you on. All that you have to do is send us a DM on Instagram at CatFiveBoys. It's the same name in literally almost all of our social media has the same name. So if you guys want to be guests on the show, just make sure you send us a DM on Instagram at CatFiveBoys, letting us know your interest in being on the show, and we'll arrange it for you. If you feel like you have any debate topics you want to debate us on, maybe you don't like my views on women, maybe you don't like Maddie's views on being a simp or whatever the case, or maybe you don't like George's views on fat people.
Me.
Who knows?
Hey,
Who?
I already changed my opinion on it.
He's a reformed fat hater. Anyways, regardless of whatever views you don't like or whatever the case may be, you can debate us on it. We're very open to debates and logical challenges. Or if you just have something interesting going on in your life and you just want to talk about it, we would love to have you on as well. So make sure you just send us a DM on Instagram and we would have you on as soon as our schedules align.
Can I say something?
Of course, buddy, go ahead.
I want somebody that can come on here and preach to Maddie on why it's wrong to watch porn.
All right, bro. Let's not start with that bullshit already. Just go back on being on mute. Let's get the show started.
All right, Ben. Let me continue with the announcements real quick. So yeah, guest invitation. If you guys want to get on the show, just those are your instructions. I do stream. So me, Matt, I stream every Saturdays on. I'm gonna start streaming on YouTube as well. So I'm gonna multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch. So either of those platforms, if you guys are more comfortable watching streams on YouTube or watching streams on Twitch, you guys can catch me there every Saturday, starting around 6 p.m. I like to start on 6 p.m. sharp, but sometimes I get a little bit backed up and I start a little bit afterwards. But usually it's like 10-20 minutes after 6. But I'm gonna be streaming every Saturday. So if you guys want to talk shit on me live on a live chat, you can go catch me at YouTube or Twitch at codename Soap. I'm gonna have those links in the description if you guys want to check that out. Or if you just want to show me some love, live, go ahead and do that as well. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to follow on the Spotify and the Apple Podcast. Give us a 5 stars on those and subscribe on YouTube. Make sure to comment on all the videos in every medium that you can comment on. We love the comments. We will respond to each comment in the following episode that the comment shows up on. We'll respond to all the comments. We love the comments. And yeah, whether you have criticisms or anything else you would like us to I suppose maybe you have some stories. We like to do stories at the beginning of our episodes, the Reddit posts and all that. If you have a funny dating story or anything like that that you want to speak on or you want us to touch on, just post those in the comments and we'll look at them. We post every Wednesdays and Fridays. Not last Wednesday. It's fine though. We post every Wednesdays and Fridays as much as we can. And yeah, so catch us on there. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully, we entertain you. We appreciate your time. And without further ado, let's get right into the show. Maddie, we haven't been on since last week. We missed Tuesday's show. How's everything been since then, buddy?
All right, everything's been great, man. I really can't complain. Work is going good, life's going good. I actually have some plans to hang out with my friends and go out and have some fun this weekend. So that's something I'm really looking forward to, and everything is just going well for me.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. What about you, Georgie? How has your time been ever since last show?
Oh, it's been great. I been job is good. And Maddie, I just want to hang out with me on Saturday morning.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I don't know
Hey,
if
all,
Maddie
all
heard
I
that.
heard was the shower running. I don't know what
The shower, they're doing dishes. I want to know if you're gonna go with me on Saturday. Hang
Yes,
out in the
buddy.
morning.
Yes, buddy. I will be going Saturday morning.
What about you, Matt?
I will most certainly not be going on Saturday because
This
I
guy
have better
never
things to
goes.
do.
This guy never hangs out with no out of work. Fucking cave trolls.
Sorry,
All
gentlemen. I'm
right.
sorry for the long pause. I was getting something connected here on my end. But yeah, I have better things to do than to be spending my Saturday with you fucking pricks. Um,
Oh,
Either way, not you, Maddie. You're awesome, but George for sure.
thank you.
Um, why the fuck is my shit solo? Anyways, I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, besides that, I mean, yeah.
How's everything with you been, Matt?
Oh. Wow. I've never been asked this before. This is a This is a new. Oh yeah, no, it's been fine. You know, same as always. I can't complain. The Lord has provided me with another life, another day of living. Sorry, another life. What am I saying? Another day of living. It is, I think, the 8th day of Lent at the moment that we're recording this. So Lent's been going good as well. Um, you know, it's been going good as well. All of you guys who are participating in Lent, stay strong, stay brave, stay steadfast. This is for the Lord. Anyways, Jesus Christ is King. Other than that, life's been going good and can't complain. Like I said, without further ado, I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to talk about or anything else you want to say about your days or your time. Maybe something you want to get off your chest. Maybe George wants to talk some shit to Maddie or something, or Maddie maybe to George. Who knows?
No, 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 no. I don't want to entice him. Let's just get on with the
I'll
show
do
and
it after.
let's have some good conversation.
I agree. Let's get it. Okay, so we're gonna do today. Obviously, we do Reddit every episode. Today, we're gonna be doing dating advice. Um,
Dun dun dun.
Oof, that's phenomenal. Maddie, you're such an awesome guy for giving me a sound effect.
Got you, buddy.
So we didn't pre-choose these, so I'm sorry if I take a little bit of a long time to kind of get my bearings here. But either way, we're gonna start with this one. Girlfriend of 9 months asked me to hang out with her ex. Dot dot dot. I did. I've been dating this girl for 9 months, and she's by far the prettiest girl I've ever dated, even hooked up with. Before her, the best-looking girl was probably a 5, and she's an 8.5. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I started making great money. Not good money, great money. But I've learned that you can't buy confidence. I've always been okay dealing with women in my league, but it's very hard to keep up with women out of my league. And I'm learning this with her. I always got the impression that I'm walking on eggshells with her, and I'm playing up to get her like a minor league sorry. I don't know how the fuck he wrote this. I'm walking on eggshells with her, and I am quote unquote playing up to her like a minor leaguer playing in the major leagues, which leads up to the next part of the story. We were talking, and she told me about an ex of hers that she stayed friends with, but it didn't work out romantically. I looked at her social media to try to figure out who it was, but I couldn't. She asked me if I would hang out with him, and by hanging with him, I would get to know her better. Stupidly, I said yes, even though I basically cried myself to sleep that night. What a fucking pussy. I meet up to him. I'm assuming he meant meet up with him. I meet up with him about 20 minutes from where we live. And I'm immediately insecure. He's 6'5" and I'm 5'10". He's lean and ripped, and I'm holding on to my hairline for dear life. He's so handsome, and I'm medium. This guy is a little gay, maybe. I don't know. He is grinning from ear to ear, walks over and shakes my hand. Super friendly. I'm a little bit of an introvert. We went to a spring training game for my favorite team, had a few beers, and broke the ice. I am finally becoming comfortable, and then I find out he played 4 years in the minor leagues for a different organization. Here I am, barely playing Little League, cheering on my favorite team, and the girl I love actually dated a former professional, although minor leagues, but still, baseball player. I wanted to crawl into a ball. We finished the game, went to a bar, he gave me a few tips, and that was it. I got home and she was hostile towards me, telling me things like if I treat her bad, that's what she can get, etc., etc. Was this a humiliation ritual for her? Why was she so hostile? I'm terrified to confront her or break up with her because I can never get another girl that looks like her. Confused because I have never dated a girl with this status. On her Instagram, people hit her up randomly and offer to fly her places. Is it even worth it to confront this? Sorry for the rant, lol. Just so confused.
Well, damn, buddy.
That boy is a bitch. I'm gonna
I,
I'm gonna be honest.
He
I
is the same,
mean, I
just like
mean,
Maddie.
shit, bro. This fucking guy. How about you just stay to being quiet and do the dishes like a good little boy?
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
Damn. Now I'm gonna call this guy Tyler, and it's that way we can establish this. I'm gonna call this guy Tyler.
His name is
All right.
Tony. You were close, but let's yeah, his name is Tony.
Oh shit. Oh, I didn't even hear his name. Okay, Tony. This guy. I mean, in my
Let's
opinion,
call the big motherfucker Tyler. Let's call the because that's Tyler sounds like a bitch boy name. I'm sorry to everybody who's listening to us who's named Tyler, but Tyler sounds like a bitch name. So let's call the big guy Tyler, and then let's call the narrator Tony.
all right. Let's call. All right. So Tyler is the ex, and then Tony's the boyfriend. Number one, I don't care what type of relationship y'all had, because she said that she had a relationship with this guy, but it wasn't romantic. So what does that mean? Was it just strictly
No,
sexual?
she said that it didn't, or he said that it didn't work out romantically. They did try it, but it didn't work out.
I don't know, man. Because I mean, the thing is, like, in my opinion, if you wouldn't want your the person you're dating now to know that you're friends with somebody that, even though it didn't work out, you still tried something romantic, because that means you had the physical attraction, you had the sexual attraction in the first place to try to even make it work. So I mean,
So you wouldn't be cool with your girlfriend being friends with her ex?
here's the thing, here's how I view it. If you're still friends with an ex, it's either you never truly loved each other at all, or you still have unresolved feelings and emotions towards each other. That's it. There's no reason to be an ex. Once you break up, yeah, that's it. It's to go. You spent your time together. You did what you did, and yeah, that's it. You move on to
What if they were
the
friends
next person.
before they start dating? It doesn't work out, and then they continue to be friends afterwards. Do you think that you would have a problem with that as well?
I mean, I don't know. I honestly I couldn't answer that, but for me personally, I wouldn't want to be with somebody who's that close with an ex, especially if she's sending me to him for advice on her. Like, I'm not supposed to be learning about you, my girl, from another guy. Maybe I could learn his mistakes, but I'm not gonna go meet up with your ex so I can learn what foods you like, what cars you like, what movies you like, books, or vacation spots. That's my job to learn that about you, not go to another man who failed or it didn't work out and then learn from him. That's just, that's kind of that's very wrong.
Yeah, no,
At least to me.
I have a very radical viewpoint on like guy friends or whatever the case. Like I don't allow my girlfriend, whoever I'm with, and I mean obviously I have a fiance, but if I was single and I was in the dating market, I would most certainly not allow, or I suppose I wouldn't entertain a woman who has a bunch of guy friends or any guy friends in general. It would be more of like a what's the word? Like I guess it could be a little bit of a discussion if she has guy friends who are just friends. Although I still wouldn't be comfortable with it, but if she has guys who are her friends who have fucked her in the past, yeah, no, That's like,
Okay, that's a different type of situation. Like
yeah,
if you have the it's like it's like your guy friend that you know when you're weak or y'all are just both lonely and y'all just have that friends with benefits type shit. Yeah, I could understand that. But I would like to know your view. Like, why is it you wouldn't want your girl to have guy friends at all? Like, let's say it's just normal, like just normal friendship, like like she's one of the boys and you're one of the girls type shit.
I think that I'll tell you one thing just to kind of preamble this. My only baseline when it comes to that is like when it comes to complete, there's no discussion to be had. Is if he's been inside you or seen you naked or been with you romantically, like if they were dating and they were their ex-boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever the case, and they've maintained a pretty good relationship ever since then, like friendship wise, or if they're friends with benefits, just in general, in any shape or form, if you have a guy who's your friend and he's been inside you or you guys have been together romantically, yeah, that's not happening. But when it comes to just like guy friends, whatever the case, I don't really believe. I'm not naive enough to believe that girls and guys can be friends and it's just like homie shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think human beings are natural creatures, and in so being natural creatures, having friends of the opposite sex, regardless of how unattractive they are, or regardless of how much you see them as just friends, thoughts of being something more, or how they would be in bed, or just romantic or sexual thoughts in general are gonna linger or creep their heads at some point in time. That's just a given. There's no way around that. You know what I mean? Because you're a guy, she's a girl.
Mm.
It's natural. You know what I'm saying? That's just natural. And if you tell me that, oh, I've never had thoughts like that at all, then you're a fucking either you're gay. There's a couple possibilities here. Either you're fucking homosexual, or your girlfriends are very unattractive, or um you're lying, like through your teeth. Which, like, those are the only options at that point.
Nah,
Can I,
nah, nah.
can I say
I
something?
can fully disagree with that, but I'll let George go ahead and
Georgia,
speak.
yeah, Georgia, go ahead.
Bro, I'm with Matt, bro, because girls that still have contact with their exes is because they're not over their exes. When a guy breaks up with a girl, he never goes back to her. And if he does go back to her, it's for one thing. Fuck her and that's it. Like guys that are actual men do not go back to their exes, do not give second chances, don't do none of that. So I think that he's a bitch and he should leave her. He shouldn't even waste his time on her because that girl ain't worth his time.
That's facts, bro. Especially if you're saying you're making great money, bro. I understand you don't have good confidence and whatnot, but bro, you have a choice here, bro. Either you let yourself be a simp and like actually a simp, because this is some simp shit, or you actually like understand that, bro. You're like, if you're making great money like he says he is, it's not good money, it's great money, bro. You're a one percenter, bro. Any person who's gonna be in a relationship with you, she should be grateful that you're giving her the time of day. You know what I'm
Wait, wait,
saying?
wait. You want to know something? This is the thing that a lot of men don't realize. Your prize, especially if you're making a lot of money, you have more variety of women available to you than somebody that doesn't make a lot of money. Because believe it or not, in today's day and age, money talks. And if you are making great money, you can get a girl, whatever girl you want. Just know this. Just know that if you're not and she is really hot, bro, she's with you for the game with you because she wants to be with you or nothing. So enjoy it, enjoy that cooch, do what you gotta do, and then
Oh,
if you're actually
jeez.
looking for a hey, calm down. If you're actually looking for a good girl, just know you're gonna have to look at your level. You're gonna have to look for a girl that's in your field. You're gonna have to look for a girl that's actually good. Go to church, find a girl there. But if you're trying to find like an 8, a 9, or a 10, bro, and you don't have confidence and you look like I don't know. I don't know what kind of guy I can compare this guy
I
to.
mean, he said that he's not that fit. He's losing his hair. He's 5'10", which
Exactly.
I mean that's still tall.
So just know, bro, in your means, a little thing. Not
I
a
mean,
fucking 10.
yeah, 100%. Because he himself, I mean, he even said it that that his last girl and most of the other girls he's dealt with have been average. Like he said, his last girl was a
Was a 5,
5.5,
yeah.
and then this one's an 8.5. And but
Exactly.
then he
She's
proceeds with, "I make great money," this and that, and then you listen to him saying that her ex was like a semi-professional baseball player, which I'm sure he was making, if not the same amount, maybe even more, maybe a little
nah,
less.
nah. Semi professionals, bro. Believe it or not, they make exactly like 50 to 60K a year. They don't make that
Ah,
much.
well, I mean, they're in the public eye, so things can change. But that's the whole point. It's somebody with a status, a high status. So so it'll be like a trophy type thing. But I mean, he needs to understand, number one, the red flag that she's friends with her ex, regardless if it didn't work out romantically and they tried. You know, you can't be friends with an ex, so she can't send you to go hang out with him to learn about her. That means she doesn't care. And it sucks because he says she was 9 months pregnant. So, he's probably
Wait,
gonna
what?
he's probably
When the fuck did she say that she was 9 months pregnant, Maddie?
didn't you say something like she was 9 months?
No, no. Listen, my love, she is, or they've been together for 9 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I misheard that then. My bad.
No, no, no.
Wait. You want to know something? If she brings her ex to talk to me and then she tells me, "Oh, this is what I could have," so better do this,
Yeah,
bro.
that's pretty much
You're
Yeah,
saying
go
out
that
have
the
him, bro.
she
door,
has
bro.
options.
You are out the door, bro. I don't damn who you are, bro.
That's what I'm
You're
saying,
at
bro.
the door.
At the end of the day, she's trying to push a move on you to like assert dominance in your relationship.
Exactly.
And yeah, no, that's you can't let that shit fly. I'll tell you one thing, bro. If she's an 8, and look, the fact that he rated her an 8.5 and not like a 10 or something like that kind of shows me that this dude has some level of objectivity and like he's kind of intelligent in some way, shape, or form. Because a dumbass dude would be saying she's a 10, bro. Like, no, she's an 8.5. That's an objective rating. Cool. She's really hot. I get it. If you're a guy who likes sex and you want to be with really hot women, fuck the girl as many times as you want and get the fuck out of there, bro. Get that chick out of your life because she will destroy you if you allow her to. I promise you that, bro. She's already
Exactly.
conniving as fuck by
Don't put a
telling you,
baby in her, bro.
yeah, bro. Don't even put a ring on that bitch because she's already telling you off the rip. This is what I can have. I can have this guy who's a 10, and I'm settling for someone like you who's like a 4 or something like that. So be grateful and give me what I want. If she's telling you this shit right now, cuz down the line she's gonna ruin your fucking life. Fuck her, get what you want, pussy
I'll,
wise, and then leave that bitch and find yourself a
I'll
girl.
say this.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I in middle school, high school, I was not the best looking dude. I was really scrawny, really fucking skinny. You could probably if it rained and I probably weigh like 90 pounds on a good day, bro. I knew the girls I could go for at that age. I knew that those had to be the chubby ones that nobody looked at, the really skinny ones that nobody looked at, the ones that looked a little bit fugly. Those are the ones I was aiming for. Once I got to high school, my senior year, I started to look better. Started to look, a little bit better. I started having muscles and everything, and I was like, you know what? I can go from fives. I can go from fives to sevens and eights. And then after that, I moved on to like today, which is
He said he
going on,
gained
Maddie.
muscle.
I did. High school, I did. Maddie, you don't look hot in high school, bro. You look like you ate the guy in high school.
Hey, hey, hey,
I don't know
hey,
why you're
hey.
laughing.
Hey, because
Oh,
I
he's
gained
laughing.
muscle in high school.
Gain
You
muscle,
look the fucking
gain weight.
same.
I
No,
look the same. If I
Maddie,
showed you a picture of what I
Ma-
looked like in high school, you're gonna be like, "What the
no,
fuck was
Maddie
that?"
Loki, Maddie got a concussion and never recovered from that shit, bro. Like, I'll
Yeah,
tell
he
you,
never did.
Maddie, what the fuck is up with that concussion, bro? That shit, you gotta get that shit checked
What?
out, brother. Anyways,
What concussion? Oh,
look, he's already confused. That's how much the concussion affected him. All right, anyways, so, but yeah, no, listen, bro, you got good. You're making great money, bro. That's my secular advice, by the way. What I was saying, like, fuck the girl as much as you want. That's my secular advice, but I'm a Catholic, so I'm gonna give you my Catholic Christian advice. My Christian advice is focus on character, not appearance.
Yep.
Find yourself a girl who's a 5 and be cool with the 5 so long as she has a 10 like or like a 9 or like an 8 personality type shit, that she's, if she's submissive to you, she listens to what you say, she respects your authority, she loves you, she appreciates you. A 5 or a 6, that's average, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like she's ugly, she's average, which is good. Find yourself a girl like that, and I tell you something right now, you will be grateful that you chose that over the 8.5 who will ruin your life in the future. I promise you, bro. That is.
I want to say something else.
That'll be the biggest mistake. But go ahead, Georgie. Go ahead.
Listen, some of the 5s that I dated, they are freaks in the sheets. I'm gonna say this. They're freaks. Sometimes you're
this
not
guy's a
getting the...
fucking degenerate, bro.
Listen, no, not degenerate. Dude, I'm not like that anymore. I'm saying.
Oh yeah, he's a redeemed
Freaks.
degenerate.
Exactly, redeemed degenerate. Bro, I'm telling you, if you don't get the body, at least you got a freak. Bro. Hey, yeah, freaky's not bad.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, yes,
I mean...
you had a lot of fun back in the locker room with all the other
Yeah,
dudes. Nobody cared.
Look who's talking, bro.
Shit.
Bro, the reason you have a because you got hit with a fucking huge black dick.
Wait, why is
about.
the dick
Listen,
black?
bro,
Wait, why is the dick
stop
black?
explaining your fantasy,
Because that's
George.
his favorite color, bro.
Shit.
That's how he likes his coffee.
Anyway, let's go back. Let's finish this, and then I want to go back to something Matt said, so we could talk a little more about that.
Okay, so Maddie, can you save that for after the Reddits or?
Oh no, I mean it was part of the Reddit. Or yeah, I get. You know what? Yeah, we'll
What
talk
did you
about it after.
say?
Yeah.
Chubby dude.
No, we'll talk about it after the Reddit. We'll talk about it after the Reddit.
Yeah.
Because
We'll
it's
talk
not.
about it after.
I know what he's talking about. It's not really about the Reddit, but it's like a separate conversation. We can talk about it.
Yeah. So we can move. We can do it after. Yeah.
So I gave my advice to the dude. Leave her. Find yourself a girl. Don't prioritize looks. Prioritize the submissiveness of the woman. Prioritize her motherly instinct. Prioritize all those things that are virtuous. All those things that are good. Prioritize that. If she's religious, prioritize that. Don't prioritize the looks. I promise you, you'll be better off with a girl who is an average-looking girl, but she's a beautiful woman on the inside, versus a girl who's an 8.5 and she'll ruin your fucking life in the future. I promise you that, bro. And gain some confidence, bro. I don't know if it's because you're fat or something. Go to the fucking gym. You have the money to get fucking ripped, bro. Go to the fucking gym. You might be 5'10". You can't really fix that, bro. Who gives a shit? Your average height. Don't be average in the body, bro. Get your fucking
fitness
up. My God.
Yeah, 5'10" is like average, I think. Or
No,
5'9". It's 5'9". 5'9".
No, it's not. Average height is actually 5'8".
5'9", bro. I know you're like trying to make it seem like your height is average, but it's not. But
It's
you're shorter
average.
than
That's
average.
No, that's the average height in America. It's 5'8". Look it up. Maddie, I'm sorry, bro.
All right, average height in America for guys is around 5 feet 9 inches.
Oh wow. Okay. I guess you went up. Oh, sorry, Maddie. Yes, you're not average. How'd I help you there, bro?
Hey, George, what's your height, buddy?
5'8".
This motherfucker's 5'7". He just wears those big ass shoes.
5'8". What big ass shoes, dude? Have you seen the ones you wear? You fucking wear heels.
I don't wear heels.
Bro, your shoes.
My shoes are flat. I have no soles in my shoes.
They're flat. Bro, this man's shoes are fair height, and he said no.
All right, let's move on to the next Reddit post, Matt, before this guy, laughs himself.
This guy, bro. He's always talking shit about you, Maddie. What the fuck is up with that?
I don't know, bro. I think he's low-key a little obsessed with me, which I think is a little
I'm not
unhealthy.
obsessed. Bro, it's that you started. You fucking started. Why were you laughing when I was just saying something about this fucking Reddit post? You started laughing and saying that, oh, George. Nobody's talking to you.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to lie,
That's
Maddie.
why
You kind of did kind of start it.
You started it. I never said, Maddie, no. You started it. That's why
Okay, so
all
right, so be the bigger man and just, shut up. And
I know I'm bigger than you. I'm going to move on. Hey, Maddie would never know what it's like.
Wait, what? Bro, you keep
Maddie would never know what it's like to be the bigger man. Unless you find somebody smaller
Maddie, what? Come on, man. What? You saw him say that to you, bro?
You know what? Because here's the thing. I learned that sometimes people talk shit about other people is because they're dealing with shit themselves that they're insecure about. And he's just jealous that I am the way that I am. And I'm as confident as good as I am. And he could never match my level of confidence and security. So he can laugh all he wants, talk all the shit, but just know who the real man is.
That's what Sims say.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah,
All
okay.
right, let's move on. I love you, Maddie.
Go fuck yourself. Matt, next Reddit post,
All
please.
right, let's get to the next Reddit post, ladies and gentlemen. This one is from the perspective of a woman. So we're going to
Oh
give
no.
this woman advice. Shy guy, how to approach him and make him more comfortable. Sit on his cock. Okay, no, I'm sorry. So, I I know he's pretty shy, and it's almost impossible to approach him if you don't know anyone in his friend group. I sent him a friend request on Instagram and he followed me back. Then a friend of ours told him that I find him attractive and he said that he thinks the same about me. After 2 weeks of looking at each other in the hallways, in parentheses, we go to the same school. I catch him staring
Oh,
at me a lot of the time, and
Oh,
he
this is
always looks
high
away.
school.
Oh, apparently, or maybe college, probably high school. Uh, Close parentheses. He likes my story and adds me to his close friends list on Instagram. I replied to one of his stories and we chatted a little bit, but he left me on scene. Then he wrote to me and did the same thing again. We chatted on IG yesterday. I tried to keep the conversation alive. In parentheses, asked him a lot of questions, made some jokes, close parentheses. I noticed something changed in his behavior because he looks a little bit more comfortable, but it's still so difficult to not let the conversation die. Only reading the chats would make me think that he's not really interested because he doesn't always ask me questions, but he always texts me first. Our common friend asked him why he leaves me on scene so often, and he replied that he does it because he doesn't always know what to say, but he finds me beautiful and will try to get to know me. Now, I want to change something in the situation because I'm a bold person and I don't like when things go too slow. I'd like him to show more interest and try more, but I don't know how to make him do it. I'm sure I'm unsure because the conversations are pretty boring even though he seems like a nice guy and I feel like he just needs to open up. Also, I don't want to be the only one to make the first step because I feel like wait, this girl's I was about to say the R word. She's R slurred. Also, I don't want to be the only one to always make the first step because I feel that otherwise it'll always be like this. What do you guys think of the situation? What should I do? Sorry for my English, it's not my first language. Well, now, way to make a guy fucking feel bad, dude. You're not arslerd, you're just an indigenous person, a Native American.
Oh my, oh my God,
bro,
what
Sorry.
what?
is this?
Wait, did I say Native
Holy
American?
Yes.
Oh shit, I meant to say an immigrant, alien.
Oh my
oh my
god.
gosh. All right,
Look,
well,
can I
let
give some
me.
advice so I can
George,
get this?
I'm gonna let George start first. Go ahead, George. You start first.
Listen, bro. If she said it herself. He says shy. So a shy person is never going to make the first move. He's never going to talk to you. So you have to make the first move. You have to be the one to chase him. You have to be the one to teach him, basically, because he's shy. He's trust me. If he's dated girls, I don't think he's ever dated a girl before.
All right, well, I guess that's George's advice.
Okay,
Maddie,
can
go
I
ahead,
speak?
buddy.
This is yeah, this guy. All right, so I guess we're giving relationship advice to high schoolers now. Uh,
Yeah,
I mean, number one,
that sounds a bit weird. So let's just assume that these individuals are college
yeah.
aged.
So let's tell these college kids how it works in the real world. So obviously he's a shy guy. He's not he's most likely introverted. He's got quiet in class that you wouldn't even know he's there until you turn around and see him for attendance or whatever. You know what? If you like him, especially this, ladies, we do like when you make the first move because guys always are seen as the ones that have to make the first move or the ones that always have to make the first move. So if you make the first move, one, that'll spark even more interest in him, regardless of any what you might think. We would love that if you made the first. You ask them the question first. You introduce yourself first. You do this and that. So kudos for her for actually doing it. So that's good. So he's probably already feeling a lot better about you two if you become an item. Now, the whole texting thing, I could fully understand that because I'm like more like 50-50, maybe 60-40 with it. Because I could understand, he's leaving you on red because he doesn't know what to say. He's probably texting his only friend or his friend, "What do I say? What do I do?" Or maybe, he's just not used to talking to people since he's the shy guy. So he doesn't know how to hold a conversation. And he's not used to it. So he'll probably talk for a little bit and then he feels that the conversation's over. And then he just, goes about his day. Cause and then again, in today's world, sometimes you could be texting someone, even some of your boys or your friends, and you think it's like the end of the conversation because of something they said normal, and then you leave and they're like, "Yo, where'd you go?" "Oh, I thought we were done." "No, I was still talking." "Oh, okay."
Maddie, can I interrupt you for a little bit?
Go ahead, buddy.
In the post, she says that he leaves her on red because he doesn't know what to say back to her,
I know
not
that's
because the conversation ended.
what I said.
No, like when you don't know what to say, when you don't know what to say, the conversation is still going. You just don't know what.
Okay, he keeps cutting off, so I don't know. So I'm just gonna keep talking every time I hear him go MIA. But I mean, it does suck because obviously you're interested in him. He's interested in you, and he
We
leaves
actually had that
you.
conversation a couple of shows ago about texting and being a bad texter
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah, we actually did. This is probably one of those situations, but I don't even think it's about being a bad texter. It's just being you have no social skills. That's what it is. You have absolutely no social skills, especially if you're that shy, nerdy guy or whatever. And especially if you got a girl talking to you that you think is cute, obviously you're gonna be like, "Oh, hi, hi, hi." You're gonna be even more
What
introverted because
the fuck was that?
what?
The thing you said.
You're gonna I don't know, like, oh, like your brain
Maddie,
is gonna shut off.
That boy just took it up the ass, bro.
I'll say this. I've met shy people, like shy guys, and dude, it's like Maddie says, they have no social skills whatsoever. Like
They
you try to
don't.
talk, even if they're the same gender, just friends, they have no social skill and they just repeat themselves.
Or they talk about the only things that they're interested in the entire time since they're so antisocial, probably don't go out, probably don't do sports, probably spending all day, playing video games, reading books and shit like that. So those few common interests are the only things they could talk about. And since you maybe most of the time might not know about it or do it as much as them or not as passionate about it, there's not much to talk about because she could be talking about, let's say, uh music, right? Like she's talking about music and this concert and ultra and some other shit, and he's just talking about, oh, I built my fifth house in Minecraft type shit, and it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So anyway, this and that, and then he's like, oh, cool, because he has no idea how to talk to anybody, especially a girl. But I mean, what I could tell her is just try a little bit more, just have the conversation with him. Just be like, hey, look, we already said we like each other. We talk for a little bit. If you don't know what to say, just, let's just switch the topic into something you like talking about. And then, or just try to get each other on common grounds and then go from there, continue it, and then, maybe it could work out. And if not, hey, you tried, you might have a little friend, or you just want to leave it at that because he's so incredibly fucking boring. Then you know what? There's plenty of time and plenty of fish in the sea. So you tried, you caught, it jumped out, you threw it back in the ocean, and yeah, that's it. Just move on.
I think that I guess I'll give my advice in this moment in time.
Your advice is horrible. But go ahead.
My advice is to not have 9 bodies like George. I think that's pretty good advice, to be honest. But
That is good advice. That is. No, wait.
it's good advice, right, George?
It is good advice.
All right, buddy. So my advice is good. So let's get to my advice then. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by somebody who has 9 bodies.
And more experience than you. Okay.
More experience in being a degenerate. You're right, guys. Anyways, so
Yeah,
as I was
exactly.
saying, this guy is shy. We know this, right? This This is an established part of the story. Usually, I'm not gonna say all the time because this guy could be really boring, but usually shy guys are some of the most interesting people when you really get to know them and when you really get, you know, underneath all that thick shy skin or whatever the case may be. Like Maddie said and like George was echoing, um, usually they're just fucking like hopeless when it comes to social skills. They just have no social skills whatsoever. So I think her idea of kind of making the first move is texting him and shit. Yeah, you're gonna have to make more of a move. You know what I mean? Go, you know, and how about you ask him on a date? You know what I mean? Usually it's the guys who have to ask the girls on a date and be like, oh, let's go out to eat or let's go to the movies and you know let's do that. I'll plan it out or whatever. Usually it's the guy who does that. Flip the script on this shy guy and be like, hey, I really like you. I want to hang out. You want to hang out with me? Let's go to the movies. Let's go eat somewhere. You know, plan it yourself and everything. I guarantee you, if he does like you, he'll be like, okay, that like he'll be open to the idea and he'll like accept your invitation and stuff like that. When you get him on the date, talk to him, move things forward, all this type of stuff. Try to get him out of his shell. You know what I mean? He might still be a little shy, but eventually he'll warm up to it and everything like that. He has friends, so obviously he's not like extremely socially awkward. You just have to get to know him. Just get there, but you have to make the first move. When it comes to guys like this, a lot of the time, all they need is a confident girl to get in there and just invite them on a date. You know what I mean? So just do that. If you like him, show him how much you like him, not by texting him, but by, pushing it, moving it forward. Being like, hey, you want to go on a date? So all that type of shit. The type of shit that you would expect from a dude.
Everything.
Yeah, the type of shit you would expect from a dude who likes you. Do that shit to him. Because obviously he's a little bit of a bitch. But once you get down that bitch skin, you'll get to the, to the interesting guy that he is below. At least I think he is. I hope so.
Guy.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's my advice. Invite him on a date. Ask him out. Flip the script. And you'll get below that shy skin and you'll get to who he truly is. But yeah, that's my advice.
Yeah, 100%. Just break him out of his shell, and if and just give.
Just force him out of there. Just even if he says no. Even if he says no, force that motherfucker out of there. No matter how many times he says no, just force it on him. All right, force him. Force him.
No. Let's just establish something. If somebody says no, that means no.
That means yes. That means yes.
No, man.
That means yes.
Relax.
That no means yes, guys. No means yes, and yes means yes.
We know you have a slave in your basement right now, but
well, she doesn't even have my slave. Not she, just a person. My slave, not even a person, just a thing. My slave has no agency to say yes or no. They just do what I say. So.
Oh my god.
Anyways, but yeah, just even if he says no, just force it on.
Shit that comes out of your mouth, bro.
No, but actually though,
Maddie,
ask him on a date.
Think about this, bro.
Ask him on a fucking date. Ask him on a date.
Anyway, our advice to you, just break him out of his shell, give it a little more time, and if you already start to lose a little bit of interest because you've tried and tried and tried, and he's just still being the same, boring, non-social,
pussy ass bitch.
Non-social person. Yeah, you know what? You tried, you made a buddy, you went out, had some fun, you learned what you want, and now you learned what you want and don't want. So that's in reality, it helped you in the long run.
No, yeah, and I think to further Maddie's point, if you ask him out on a date, like I said, and he says no because he's shy or whatever, he's like, oh, I'm gonna have to see and all this type of shit. He fucking tucks his pussy ass hair behind his ear and shit.
Oh my God.
Just look for somebody else. You know what I mean? Because the dude at that point is he's a little too shy. You know what I mean? But if you ask him out on a date, he says yes, and he just continues to not move things forward, and he keeps being very tough in that way. I think it's all interpretation whether or not you feel like you can really break through that. But if you feel like you can't, then just move to another guy. But usually, if he's a regular human being, you ask him on a date, he'll say yes. You'll get there.
Yes, you got it, girl.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Yeah, quiet, everybody. We're all quiet here.
Okay, so
we're trying to read. Thank you.
We'll do this one. Um, Holy shit, this is actually so depressing. So we'll read a depressing one just to finish this off because we love finishing things off on a depressing note. The sad reality of dating and finding the right person. Everyone wants to feel loved. It's human nature. But what most people don't realize is that love isn't just something you get, it's something you create. That's actually stupid, but whatever. And for a lot of people, that is where the problem begins. They don't understand how to show love in a way that's felt by others. Just because you care about someone doesn't mean they can see it. Love isn't just a feeling, it's an action, presence, consistency. Wrong. If you don't express it in a way that resonates, it won't be received. Many people feel out of place in this world. They don't feel understood and they don't feel valued. And they hope that love will be the thing that finally makes them feel whole. But love from someone else can't fix what's broken inside of you. If you don't love yourself, you'll never truly believe someone else does either. I don't know if I want to go point by point. Fuck it, I'll just read the whole thing. The truth is, most people won't love you unconditionally. Real love isn't about tolerating someone's worst. It's about embracing them fully. The good, the bad, that's literally the same shit, whatever. Embracing them fully. The good, the bad, the struggles, and the growth. But unconditional love isn't an excuse to say the same. It's not about finding someone who will put up with you. It's about becoming someone who is worthy of deep, lasting love. And when you do find it, don't take it for granted. True love isn't about someone loving you despite your flaws. It's about someone loving all of you. Not because you're perfect, but because they see your full potential, which is the same thing, but whatever. That kind of love is rare, and when you have it, you cherish it. The hardest truth? You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. If you want love, be someone worth loving. If you want loyalty, be someone people want to stay with. If you want someone to believe in you, start believing in yourself first. I know a lot of this might hit deep, and I know some of you are tired, frustrated, or lost, but I truly hope everyone gets what they want out of life. More than that, I hope you're actually working toward it. Nothing worthwhile comes easy, but if you keep pushing forward, you'll realize you were capable all along. All right. Any thoughts on that dumbass post?
I'm gonna need a minute.
Of course, the symbol needs to correct. Bro,
Fuck you, man. How about that?
nah, but seriously, bro, this guy, I'm pretty sure that if he before he posted this, he probably was like, figured out, I'm gonna post this and everybody's gonna talk about me.
Nah,
No, bro.
this
Like,
man thought he was fucking writing this shit, and he was like Socrates or some shit. This boy thought he was a damn philosopher or something.
I'll tell you this, bro. Nobody fucking understands love, so shut the fuck up and move the fuck on with your porn addiction and jerk off. See, Maddie, you're not alone. All right, let's move on to the next.
Hey, bro, stop
Maddie, what
with
do you
this
think,
shit
Maddie? What do you think
already.
about this?
But I think he's a fucking idiot for always saying that shit.
No, buddy, about the post, bro. Not about Jordan.
I mean, the post, I mean, he, you can obviously tell that he's a guy who's feeling a little bit of hurt because, he's probably single, you know. He feels that it's hard for him to find somebody, and of course that would suck, maybe he's trying, he can't find somebody, he's probably a guy that's full of love, like that's just who he is. He's always a guy who's always willing to help, have fun. Always, excuse me, always there when you call him, when you need a shoulder to cry on, you need a vent, you need help with this and that. He's always the first one there because it gives him some sort of satisfaction, or not some sort, it gives him satisfaction and it makes him feel good about himself when he helps because he knows that he helps somebody be happy and feel good or just anything. So I mean, he's obviously hurting. He's probably at a point where he's giving up, but he's prep I don't not prepping, he's pepping. He's pepping himself up, telling him these like words of encouragement so that he can know that even though he's full of love and he's willing to do everything to make others happy and be that happy go lucky guy, that he will one day find his person. It's not right now, he's obviously not talking to somebody, so he doesn't have that, but he's probably just expressing how sometimes good guys finish
Yeah,
last.
he's coping. He's fucking coping. He's a fucking coping fucking king, bro. This guy is coping with his sadness.
I mean,
because
I wouldn't say coping because
no, he's fucking coping.
I can agree and I could like understand his point of view,
I,
but
I want to say something.
Go ahead,
what,
Georgie.
And Maddie,
George?
this is a question for you. Did you write?
You said what?
Did Maddie write this post?
No, I'm a little more. I have like my vocabulary is a little more broad when I'm writing.
Oh, okay. No. I mean, I'm not trying to poke fun. It's just like you always
It
talk like
sounds like
that, and
shit I would
like,
say.
yeah, it sounds like something you would say. That's why I'm like, this is like something Maddie would say. But Maddie
Nah,
wouldn't
I know.
like.
As Matt's reading it, I'm like, yo, is this my fucking twin? Like I thought I was alone out here.
Nah, but I gotta
No, but
lie. If you guys ever meet Maddie, he is the nicest fucking guy you're ever gonna. He does once you get poke fun of you, and he tries to like make fun of you to like giggle around with you, but about it. He's like a little teddy bear.
Yeah, Maddie's a sweetheart. Maddie's a sweetheart.
He is. I
you
poke fun
guys
at
are
him, but that's just how we play around.
Yeah, which is why if Maddie gets with a girl and
no, not if,
no, no,
when.
no, 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 no. I think look, Maddie, I'm gonna tell you this
Or man,
as a true
man,
friend,
we live
okay?
in 2025.
Maddie, as a true friend, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you get with somebody, um, no, I'm just kidding,
Male or
buddy.
female?
I'm just kidding, buddy. When you get with somebody, if that girl breaks your heart, buddy, this guy's a sweetheart. If she breaks his heart, I'm gonna stick a sickle through her vagina and go all the way up to her
Whoa,
mouth. Okay?
whoa. Why
I'm just kidding. I'm
waste a
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
sickle?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Nah, I already trust me, bro. I already got my close friends that are pretty much my family. That
Wait.
they
Speaking of
already tell me the same
that,
shit.
I want to say something to any girl that's listening out there and they're single. I will be running an interview with any girl that wants to date
You got an
Maddie. I
interview
will run an
with George.
interview. If I approve, you can be with him, and trust me, I am hard on him, but nobody's harder on him than I am. So if I just hear something you say and it's hurtful towards Maddie, I'm going to bitch slap you right there. But I'm taking you back to what year was it, Matt? That you'll say that
What do you mean, buddy?
when a man used to smack a woman around for saying the wrong thing.
What year?
Yeah, you like you said the man used to just hit him.
Wait, what?
I have no idea what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's trying to
Matt.
say.
You
What are
know
you
how
trying to
you
say?
know women hating stuff, right? What was the year that they were hit by a man like bitch slapped across the face for just talking?
I mean, just go to Syria and they're still doing that shit.
Oh, bro,
So
that's well, I mean, yeah, but before it was like what in the
I
40s and
mean,
the
what?
50s when
No,
that
I
shit was
mean,
more popular.
literally the whole fucking, literally all of human history, bro. Just think about that.
Well, I'm
All of
just gonna
human
say
history.
this,
Literally.
bro. Look, any girl that hurts Maddie is gonna be hurt by everybody, and with
You
everybody looking
see,
at her.
Oh yeah,
this is
you're.
like the
She's gonna
big
get
brother,
stoned.
little brother
She's
shit.
gonna get stoned by all the men.
She's gonna get stoned. No,
She's
I
gonna
mean
get
Let,
even
stoned.
Maddie's
us take
friends.
a. I want to take a moment to appreciate George. He talks a lot of shit to me, and we talk a lot of shit. But this is that sibling type shit where it's like I can talk shit all day, hurt his feelings, poke his buttons, and all this. But if anybody else
I
does it,
thought,
you're gonna have to deal with me.
bro, I thought he was gonna
Exactly.
say poke his butt. I was like, what the fuck?
Whoa. Maddie, you can't say that here.
Oh,
In
my bad.
private.
Nah, but back to this guy. You know, as a fellow person who's sometimes not all the time because you have to live life positively. So as a guy who, sometimes thinks like that, bro, hey, you don't have somebody right now. I know you probably think, oh shit, by the time I find somebody, are my parents still gonna be here? Are my friends gonna accept her? Or am I gonna be happy? Is she gonna be the one? This and that. Hey, none of that is guaranteed. But it's true. Nice guys do finish last. But hey, I promise you, bro, when you find that one girl, she might not check all the boxes that you want, but I can guarantee you, bro, when she's found that she's gonna exceed your expectations and make you a better person and vice versa. And she's gonna be everything you've ever wanted and things you never thought you wanted or needed. So just keep your head up high, bro. Just keep telling yourself, keep being positive. Keep, if you're nervous to say tell that cashier girl or the
Whoa.
waitress or whatever, hey, I think you're cute. Can I have your number? Just do it, bro. Even if it's just having a small, quick conversation, like, hey, how you doing? Oh, you like this? Oh, cool. Me too. Just do that, bro. Build your confidence, build your charisma, and then one day when you find that girl,
That
it'll all
cashier.
be worth it.
That's so
Matt is
beautiful.
a nice guy.
That's so beautiful.
Matt,
That's
I never
lovely.
asked you. How did you? You know how I met mine, but I don't know how you met yours.
How did I meet my girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one to myself. So, but when it comes to this
Yes.
post, basically, this guy's fucking arslerd, okay? Um,
Thanks, buddy.
no, Maddie, you're a sweet guy, okay? You can be a little tiny bit arslerd at times, just a little bit, but I don't hold it against you because you're
Are you
still
saying
such
it
a
because of
sweet
the
guy.
size?
Oh my gosh, George, you're
Bro, you make it too easy, bro.
Ma- Maddie, listen, buddy, I'm sorry. I don't um I don't intend for this to happen. I promise.
Maddie's like, fucking George, fuck this
Maddie's not even
motherfucker.
responding anymore. Look what you've done, George.
He's quiet.
Huh?
He's
No,
quiet.
bro. I didn't even hear what he said, bro. You guys just keep chopping up.
He's playing Star Wars, bro. That's what he's
No, 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 no. I'm not playing games during the week. I'm not playing games. I seriously didn't hear what you guys said.
We
Pinky
said that
swear?
George is gay. That's what we said.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so but yeah, so when it comes to what this guy is saying, it's true love, and I'll tell you what true love truly is. True love is simply, and we don't need to complicate it. It is willing the good of another. That is what true love is. Truly willing the good of another person. True hatred is the absence of the will of the good of another person. So if I wish that George would experience the worst pain he would ever experience, or if I just wish his day was bad, or if I just wish he just had every inconvenience happen to him, I don't love George. But if I wish that George would have the best day every single day, that he finds Christ in the best way possible, that he lives his life um, the best way that he marries his fiance, that they have a beautiful family, just everything in life. If I will the good of him, that is what true love is, and that works in a relationship as well. Setting the foundations for a family, setting the foundations for a future, a lifelong commitment. That is what true love is. Okay, true love is not, you know, oh, I love you. That's not what true love is. True love, again, is willing the good of another person. You don't have to love yourself in order to love others. That is a dumb, secular, fucking modern belief that is just not true. I can will the good of another person and still not fucking like myself. Although I wouldn't say that's probably the smartest idea, but it's still possible. But either way, this guy is just coping hard as fuck, trying to make it seem like he's
Gonna be
um,
forever alone.
yeah, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, love isn't what we think. It's not a feeling. It's not anything like that. It's the good willing of another person. That's really what it is. But anyways, we'll move it on. Getting off of this topic, I want to ask George a question. Now that we're done with the Reddits, hopefully you guys enjoyed the Reddits. If you disagree with me about love or anything else that we talked about, leave it in the comment section. We'll definitely we'll love to read those. Georgie, I have a question for you, buddy. If you were in a room full of
I'm
the
choosing the bear.
this guy, if you were if this guy, bro, Matt, I remember that one clip that we had of Maddie saying the bear, and that's not even the question we asked. Georgie, if you were in a room with girls who were like gorgeous, like super attractive, and you didn't know your girl at this time, and she was also in the room, do you think you would choose your girl, or do you think you'd choose another one of those girls?
Nah, I
Oh,
choose my girl.
shit.
That's the fucking bro. This guy's smart. He knows what he's doing. Okay, he's a smart guy. All right, that's
Now
good,
for the
brother.
real answer.
No. But really, because as you guys know, my girl looks Asian. She looks Japanese, and that is my.
Your girl looks fucking Venezuelan.
Yeah, G
She
shit, bro.
doesn't.
She does not look
No, she
Japanese, bro. This
doesn't.
guy. I don't
She
think you've
looks
ever seen a
Asian,
real
bro.
Japanese person except for porn.
Oh, I
and
have.
that's not
I
really
just
good.
think your
No.
fetish is kind of like overtaking your eyesight.
No, bro. Like I'm telling you,
Oh,
being
I
honest
get
with
it. Eyesight because Asians. Sorry, no, that's
Stupid.
What
okay.
the hell?
Sorry.
Stop.
All right, buddy. That's I just wanted to gauge your level of intelligence.
Nah, I
So
like
you're
my
a smart
girl.
guy.
I
You're
love
a
her
smart guy.
so much. So that's it. That's all
This
you need to know.
beautiful.
What about you,
The beautiful
Maddie?
George.
Oh yeah, if my girl was in a room with a bunch of other pretty girls, who would I choose?
Hey, Maddie has a girl, Manuela.
Yeah, Maddie's a loyal guy. Maddie would always choose his girl.
He's loyal to his hand.
Hey, speaking about that, not about the hand thing. Um, if any girls listening right now, I know we have like a 98% female listener rate. If any of you girls are interested in a 5'6" Chad who is super duper cute and very very sweet and will treat you like a queen and will respect you like a queen, send us a DM at CatFiveBoys Instagram, and we'll get you connected. And yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Anyways,
that sounds great. That's better than any dating app.
no, the CatFiveBoys dating app, guys. So send us a DM. We'll get Maddie. We'll get
Yeah.
Maddie acquainted. Anyways, now moving on from that, just wanted to quickly ask that question to George because I just wanted to gauge his level of intelligence. He's an intelligent guy. Maddie, you had a gripe or some sort of thing you wanted to discuss with me, buddy?
Yes, buddy. I wanted to go back to I just wanted to talk a little more about the whole guys can't be friends with girls conversation.
Yeah, buddy.
Because in
What do you
my
want to talk about?
situation, a lot of all my boys, in my close friend group, all of them either have a fiance, wife, or their girlfriend of years, right? And I have never once, to go back on the points that you said. I do not find any of them. All my girlfriends, all of my friend girls, they're all beautiful. They're all great girls. All have good hearts. They're fun. They're literal complete opposites of their mans, which makes it funny to see. But they're all the same, but they're all different from their boyfriends, which is kind of cool.
Are
Um,
you friends with all those boyfriends?
yeah, I met the guys first before I even met the girlfriends.
Okay. So continue, buddy.
And then, we of course, I'm hanging out with the boy, all the boy, we're all together, playing games, game night, shit like that. Of course they bring their girls. Of course I get to know their girls, hang out with them, and this and that. We became close friends, like family. And to go on to the point you said, I never have had any thoughts of my boys' girlfriend. I've never had any thoughts of my friends, the girls. Uh, they're not fugly, they're all very pretty, and I think it is possible. And I think the situation would be the same if I had a girlfriend myself. Because as they ever so lovingly put, even if it would save the human race, I would be the last germ infested, whatever they call me, to touch if the human race depended on it. But we're all good friends, so I think it is possible for guys and girls to be friends, like platonic friends, you know, as long as there was nothing from the get-go of any sort of attraction, because they cannot tell you I annoy the shit out of them and that I'm stupid, but at the end of the day, we're all good close friends, like family, and there's nothing there between us other than strict friendship and, just the comfort of having a good friend to have and hang out with and everything. So I think it is possible.
So, although I appreciate your response, buddy, it is completely asinine, and I'll explain why. You're number one. I think you're lying to me, and even if you weren't lying to me, or rather, even if you are lying to me, I don't think it would be the smartest idea for you to come on a public show and tell me and admit to me and to George and to the rest of the people who are watching here that you actually do have feelings or have ever had thoughts sexually or romantically about one of your close friends' girlfriends. That probably wouldn't be the smartest thing to do. So I think it'd be in your best interest to lie about that. If it is the truth that you have at least once in your life thought, even if it wasn't thoughts that you willfully let into your brain, but just in general, had a maybe an intrusive thought or something that came in your brain that said, oh, she's really hot, or I wonder what she would look like in bed. Just any sexual type thing or romantic type thing that would pop in your head that's an intrusive thought. I'm not saying you controlled it and that you wanted it to be there, but it just was there. Now, if you tell me that you never have had one with these girls and these girls are actually attractive, then I'm gonna chalk it up to you lying to me, buddy. And the way that I know that even if you weren't, or even if you were lying, you wouldn't tell me the truth is because they're your friends,
Nah,
or your
I'm
friends' girlfriends.
truthful, bro. I'm an open book. I have no
Listen,
reason to lie.
I understand that, but you got to understand my position as well. You're coming at me with your personal anecdotes of girlfriends that you have, but all these girlfriends are also the actual like romantic partners of your close guy friends. It probably would not be the best idea for you to come here and admit that to me if that was the case. So at the very least, you can understand that position that I am put in at this point in time. Now, if you had a girlfriend who you didn't even know from any other guy, she was just you just knew her, she was just your friend, and that's it. That'd be a different story. Now, granted, again, I never speak in absolutes. I'm sure there's probably one guy out there in the world who has a very attractive female friend, and he's, to be honest with you, I'm even saying it out loud and it doesn't even make any sense to me, but look, maybe there's one guy out there or something. Maybe there's like 0.5% of men who've had this situation happen to them. Cool. Majority of the time, and I think vast majority of the time, a guy is going to, even if it's intrusive thoughts that just get up in your brain, even like you don't want them to be there, but they are there, you're gonna have some sort of romantic sexual thoughts about a girl who's your friend. She's a human being of the opposite sex. You're like biologically, you know, wired to mate with them. That's just how it's gonna work. Again, you can understand my position when I say that even if you were like lying to me, it probably wouldn't be in your best interest to tell me the truth. So,
Mhm.
listen, like I said, cool. Listen, that's fine. I think even then, let's just say I believe you're telling me the truth, and you've never had any sort of thoughts with these females. There's an aspect to this that's a little different, which is they are the romantic partners of your best friends. That being the case, it wouldn't be so far fetched as to say that you wouldn't have any thoughts about these females. You know what I mean? That's the aspect of it. But I'm talking about if you have a friendship with a girl, it's just you and this girl. She has no other, like, she's not like your homie's girlfriend or something. She's just a girl that you're friends with. You're going to have those thoughts 99.999% of the time. Most guys will have those thoughts. But but yeah,
Uh,
that's just what I'm saying.
no, I can fully understand that viewpoint. It's just the way I'm wired because I'm part of that 1% that isn't. How I am wired, and this is the 100% truth. Um, my homie, my boy, she can be a 10 out of 10, right? And she's my friend. As like even before I meet her, right? Anytime my homie says, "Hey, my sister's coming over, my cousin's coming over, my girl is gonna be here." As soon as you tell me that, and you're my homie, like I respect you, and you're my homie, like we have that bond. As soon as you tell me, "Hey, my related female or my girlfriend is coming," instantly the my brain
Instantly,
wires
you
itself.
become gay, right? Your brain
It's not
wires you to be gay.
not gay, but my brain literally shuts off any and all type of sexual attraction, any sort of romantic attraction, any sort of flirtatious
I
things.
mean, Maddie, if you expect me to believe that you're part of this 1%, then I mean, I guess you can expect me to believe that, I suppose. But, I think it's a little bit far-fetched to say that the guy I'm speaking to right now is part of that 1% who has no sort of thoughts whatsoever. But like I said, even if I did believe you, even if I believe that you were part of the 1%, you still have that aspect of it being re- of
A
them being.
biological urge, yes.
No, I'm saying you still have that aspect in these situations of those girls being related in the sense of their relation to you. The way that you know them is because they have like a relationship with your best friends who are guys. That in and of itself, it's not a normal situation. You know what I mean? Like when I'm talking about guys, again, girls can't be friends. I'm saying guys and girls can't be friends if they're just friends. You know what I mean? Just them two. Not because the guy knows the girl's boyfriend, not because the guy knows the girl's brother or some shit. Guys and girls can't just be friends, and I mean that like just naturally friends. Both of them are friends. No other like I suppose connections. I suppose they just met each other and they became friends. I don't think that that's possible to happen when the sense of the guy has no thoughts whatsoever, romantically or sexually. Yeah, I think the guy is touting shit. I'll choose to believe you, Maddie. I'm gonna choose to believe you're part of the 1%. That's fine.
Thank you, buddy.
But in a situation where a guy has a girlfriend, um, I mean a female friend, not like an actual girlfriend, but in the situation where a guy has a female friend and they are just them two, not friend by association, that guy 99.999% of the time will have some sort of intrusive or willful thoughts romantically or sexually about that female. Especially if she's average to good looking. That's my position. Like I said, Maddie, yeah, you have your situation, and your situation is one of those unique ones where they're friends of yours by association. Um, and those associations happen to be your best guy friends. So yeah, you put me in a little bit of a pickle there in the sense of belief or not belief, and it would make sense why I wouldn't believe you. Okay, you can
No,
understand that, right?
100%. That's why I said I could fully understand where you're coming from. I could fully agree. What you're saying does make sense. It's just like how you said, most 99% of guys
And you're the one
wouldn't be able
percent.
to have a
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. Which
yeah.
it is the full truth, bro. Which it is one of the reasons why, and obviously I've had conversations with my homies, you know, because I'm the type of friend. I don't text none of my friends' girlfriends. I don't call them. I don't do nothing unless we're all hanging out together, and that's the only time I talk to them
Yeah,
because
so you understand what I'm trying to say in the sense of you're friends with those girls by association of your best guy friends being in a relationship with them. Um, which I guess would be a little bit different to what I'm saying, which is a guy who's friends with a girl and they're friends, like they're friends. It's not that they're friends because she's associated to his guy friend or something. It's that them two made a friendship and they are friends. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I understand. It's like if me and her were like he didn't exist and my girl didn't exist. It's just me and her.
Yeah, like yeah, one of your, let's just say you have one of your really close girlfriends, if you knew one of those girls because you guys just knew each other or something like that, and it didn't have anything to do with your boy having a girlfriend and you guys were friends or whatever, it had nothing to do with that. It was just that you and her were friends. You would probably at some point in time, whether intrusive or not intrusive, would have some sort of sexual or romantic thoughts about that female. It's just natural.
Uh,
It's just natural, I would say, like majority of the time. And listen, like even in my own life, personal life, I'm not gonna go into it, but I also have um like experiences where this is the case, where like it'll just be like friends, like just a female friend and a guy friend. 99% of the time I've seen it ends in a relationship, or the guy has a crush on the girl and she rejects him, or the girl has a crush on the guy rejects her, although that rarely happens as well. But we can give our experiences and stuff, but I kind of go based off of the biological reality. And the biological reality is we are made to procreate. Men are made to sleep with women. And if you're a straight man and and you're friends with a good-looking woman, yeah, those thoughts are going to come, and whether you want them to or not, they're going to be there. You know what I mean? And that's just a reality. That doesn't mean you have to act upon them. That doesn't mean that, every guy and girlfriend are going to fuck each other. Of course not. But at the very least, there will be lingering or intrusive thoughts, or not intrusive, just thoughts about that in general. But like I said, it's only natural at that point.
I gotta understand. But luckily, I'm the 1%.
My guy, see this is why if you're a girl out there, one of the 90% females listeners, send us a DM. This guy's a fucking sweetheart. He's one of the 1%. All right, so send us a fucking DM, and we'll get you acquainted with this man right here, because this man is a sweetheart. All right. So, anyways, besides or moving on from that, I don't know if you have anything else to say, Maddie. Any final thoughts or anything?
Yes, if any of y'all, if any of my girls are listening, just know you're my buddy. All right, that's it.
You're my buddy.
How sweet. How sweet.
Georgie,
Oh my God,
Yeah,
you're
what's up?
alive.
I was just letting you guys.
this guy has his mic up his
Oh
ass
my
or something. I don't understand.
Dude,
I was letting you guys.
oh yeah, we're going to Best Buy tomorrow, bro. During lunch break, we're getting you a new mic.
No, I'm not
I
going there.
100% agree. I will join
Yo.
you, Maddie.
Golly.
Maddie.
Hey, let's keep this nice and respectful, buddy.
George,
Come
do you have
on.
anything like productive to add on to the conversation, or are you just gonna be a fucking bitch? I don't understand.
No, I
Holy
got nothing else to
shit.
add.
Okay, beautiful. So let's move on to the next thing. George, you had some thoughts about the new Assassin's Creed game and its effects on Ubisoft?
Yeah, the new Assassin's Creed game is a pile of garbage. It's been known it's going to be a pile of garbage since they announced it a long time ago.
Didn't your girl pre-order that shit for you?
No, I didn't. I didn't pre-order that shit. My girl didn't pre-order me that garbage either.
Was it you? No, it was my other friend. Sorry, my other friend was the one that his girl pre-ordered that garbage ass game for him. Anyways, Georgie, go ahead. Keep going. Sorry for interrupting.
There's been a lot of developers at that company coming out saying that their little friend that they have, what do you call them, the directors, have been sexually harassing the women that work there, in the workforce.
Now,
So
we're getting into some territory here that's about SA and stuff, so make sure you use the correct terminology,
yeah,
okay, buddy?
so there's been a lot of reports of
All right, fuck
women
you too.
and employees that have come out. And remember, Ubisoft is in France. So there've been reports saying that the lead roles, which are basically like
Oui,
the
oui,
CFO and
oui,
stuff
oui,
like
mon
that.
ami.
Yeah, they've been telling some of the women that work in that company that like to do some stuff that you wouldn't normally do. For example, one came out saying that she was told to wear a skirt to work and to do a handstand once she got to work. And the handstand was sort of the guy directing the the whole like Ubisoft thing could see up her skirt, and then he made her do it and he made it in a way that she couldn't really like move on her own unless she had. So he closed the elevator and he's to like every other floor so everybody can look at her. Like that's one of the things that came out. There's other things, but I have the things here. I saw it today that came out. When we work, we have like come out, and I saw that in one of the news articles. But yeah, that's it. What I want to say about Ubisoft. I don't like Ubisoft anymore.
Yeah, no, I've ever since that trailer came out, I've already kind of peeped that shit was about to be ass, but I don't know. Well,
I would give some input, but I'm not much into the whole gaming world and games and shit like that.
yeah, just females. Message to you: get the fuck out of the workforce. Get out of the workplace. Come on, get back
Oh
in the
my
homes.
goodness.
Get back in the homes where you belong.
Oh dear. Oh dear. This took a dark turn. Oh dear.
What do you mean a dark
Oh
turn?
dear. Oh
Dark
dear.
is being sexually harassed at
Oh
work.
dear.
Not dark is taking care of children in the home. That's beautiful. Anyways, yeah, no, that sucks, man. I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. Those French people, something about them French people, man.
Whoa.
Oui, oui. You know, my girl sometimes like I be going out or something. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go out. And then she's like, where are we going? I'm like, you speak French? Oui. Sorry, that's a bad joke. That's a bad joke. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Georgie, you also wanted to speak on what was the other thing you wanted to speak on, Georgie? There was something else.
Oh, we already talked about it with Maddie. It was his about dating thing. When is he gonna get a? When does he think is gonna be his age to get a girl?
Thank you for us changing the question into a nice way.
Yeah, I didn't want to be you anymore.
Yeah,
Gonna think all day.
Georgie's a sweet guy now. Georgie's a
Sweet
sweet guy. Well,
Very sweet.
um,
But yeah, Maddie,
what did you say, George?
find a girl. Oh, when is Maddie going to decide that he's gonna get a girl?
Georgie, realistically though, I mean not Georgie, Maddie, realistically though, when do you like when do you kind of think to yourself, the best time for you to have a relationship, or like, I suppose, like, okay, if you had to put an age to the thing, how old are you right now, buddy? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, I'm 24, buddy.
24. Okay. At what time would you prefer to have a girlfriend? At what time would you prefer to get married, like age wise? Have kids? What age would you want those things to happen?
Marriage definitely before 30. I would say maybe latest 26, 27. Girlfriend maybe 21, 22. Um, and kids definitely before 30. But not maybe not later
Buddy,
than
before you
31,
before you
32.
continue, I apologize for interrupting. I'm talking about in your current situation. So obviously you can't go.
Oh,
Yeah, like in your current
oh, can't
situation,
go in the
like,
past.
yeah. If you have
My
to
bad.
choose, like right now, like you're 24, like,
All
from
right,
now.
let's say I meet my girl tomorrow, right? And we're together. Probably by 26, 27. I would ask her to marry me and hopefully get married within that time. So within 3, 4 years. Let's say 28 the most. We're married. Kids I would want to have maybe by 29 and 30. So long
Do you think
pause.
do you think that or how long do you think you have to be with somebody, in your opinion, before, I don't know if I've ever asked this question, before you marry them? It's like, yo, I'm dating this girl. How long do you think you should be in a relationship with her before you're like, I should
Minimum
date?
2, 3 years.
Okay, so 2, 3 years, that's actually a long time period in the middle. Would you say more 3 years or more 2 years?
I would say more closer to the 3 year mark.
3 years?
Yeah.
Um, why 3 years, buddy? It seems kind of a long time for me. I don't know. Why 3 years?
Well, because you have to fully know the person, and yeah, you could fully know a person within a year, but then you need more time to for that comfortability because once you're in a relationship for a long period of time, or a decent amount of time, and you already know the do's, don'ts, their personality. You need to know how they are. At least I would want to know how she is when she gets like comfortable, like to the point where I'm not saying this will happen, but whatever. To the point where she's comfortable, farting in front of me or texting me, babe, I'm taking a fat shit, shit like that.
The fuck?
Yeah, this
To
guy
that
wants a
type of
homie,
point
bro.
stuff.
Yeah,
Not
you
not a
want to do.
homie, but then again, I'm a goofy person, so I would want somebody goofy like that. Like, she texts, she's at work, and she's like, "Babe, I ate Chipotle, and I'm about to shit a brick." Type shit like that. Funny shit like that.
The fuck?
Hey, bro, I'm weird. What? I'm not weird.
Yeah,
I'm
I can see
goofy. Oh, don't
Okay,
act like y'all
okay.
girls have never texted you, babe. I just burst a log or some shit. Yeah, I
no.
guarantee you. Then you're fucking lying.
I'm not lying.
You're telling me once, never once in the years you've been with your girl, George, that she has never texted you, babe, I just took the fattest shit of my life.
Never. Just told me I have do number two, but that's it.
I just,
What? Oh,
yeah.
Georgie, I went number two. Are you proud of me? What the fuck is this, bro?
Bro, that's all she says. That's what do you want me to do? She doesn't tell me those things.
I guess then that's me, bro, because I wouldn't want somebody goofy like that. I'm not saying
Goofy.
every time
You
she
are
goes to the
goofy
bathroom
looking.
I want to text, but I'm just saying, funny shit like that. That's what I would
Oh,
want. Like somebody goofy who'll text me, "Hey, I saw a duck on the way to work and it was cute." Some shit like that.
Yeah, you want a friend.
Not a, I mean, at the, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, your partner is your best friend. So that's what I would love.
Nah, buddy, you're number one. She's not your partner. She's your woman.
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
you're
no,
moving
shit.
on to
You want a friend. I understand. Like, you want a person who's close. Call it close with you. You guys can joke around with each other and shit like that. I get it, buddy. Do you really want a girl who's the same as you, personality wise? Like, do you want her to be a reflection of you, of
would
your
you want
personality?
I mean, if I'm being honest, like you, uh, probably George will know this. I mean, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna bring that up. But I'm the
tell
type
me.
of person. No, I was gonna say how I was when we went to a certain party
Oh,
that
I
I was
remember.
having fun. I was on the dance floor the whole time. I'm having a good time, letting loose. I'm the type of person when I go out, right now I don't go out that often. That's not really my life. I don't really care for it. But when I do, I'm on the dance floor the whole time. I'm having a couple of drinks. I'm having fun. I'm interacting with people. I'm dancing. I don't give
Hey,
a
Maddie
shit
knows how
what
to
I.
dance. Say that.
Of course, I know how to dance, bro. I love
Maddie
to
can shoot
dance.
them hips.
I really could, bro. I'm not gonna talk about the whole story, but a couple years ago, I went to the Bahamas with my group of friends for my friend's birthday, and at Senor Frogs, I won the title of Papi Chulo from my dance
Whoa.
competition. And
Nice, nice. That's
thank you,
that's
thank
that's
you.
dope. How old
But
are
I
you?
mean, I'm 24.
No, no, no. How old are you
Oh,
when you won the title?
this was I think, bro. If I'm being honest, I think this was maybe 2022, 2023.
Really? COVID times?
Yeah, like a year ago or 2 years ago. Yeah, it was recent.
Oh, that's dope,
But
buddy. What a
to answer
fucking
your
guy.
thank you. But to answer your question, yeah, I mean, would I want a girl that's an exact copy and paste of me? Maybe not, but I would love a girl that's, as sarcastic as me. She likes to have fun. She's not afraid to, you know, go out, have a good time, enjoy each other's company, go on fun dates, go do this, go do that, or just have moments where we just sit down, watch Attack of the Clones while we're building a Lego set. Or what the fuck are you laughing for, you piece of shit?
Nothing. Not laughing at anything.
Okay, that's what I
Wait,
thought.
Georgie, what's so funny, bro?
This guy, he wants a best friend.
I mean, bro, at the end of I mean, if that's what you want to call it, yeah. I mean, I would want my girl to be my best friend. She's the person I want to confide in, tell my,
Would you tell
trust.
her your
Because,
deepest secret?
well, like everybody, there's some things that you can never speak about, or there's things, not saying that I do, but there's obviously things that you don't want to tell somebody about because
Like
they're
what? What is
just,
something you wouldn't tell her?
I'm not really 5'6".
Oh,
You're 5'5".
Yo, Maddie,
That's my deepest, darkest secret.
that shit made me laugh, bro.
No, but like certain things that you
No,
just
I know
wouldn't
what you
want to
mean. I
tell
know what you mean.
anybody. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody has that, but
Like,
I mean, I would
like
I
it,
would want somebody to have fun with,
like
bro.
your point at the.
Hi, can you stop saying that, bro? People are gonna think I'm some sort of fucking perv, man.
Buddy, it's not a perv. You're just
And it's
sick in the
not an
head.
addiction.
You're just
It's a
sick in the
choice.
head, buddy.
It's a way of life.
Well, bro, you live in Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis took the way of life away from you, buddy.
For real? Like you can't be a point at the addict anymore unless.
Yeah, man.
Nah,
That's,
bro. All
go
right.
on
For
Twitter.
just for clarification, even though every single episode George says I have a porn addiction, everyone else, I
He
really don't.
doesn't.
I
He
don't need to
doesn't have one.
defend it, but I just genuinely, I don't want people to think I'm some sort of
Yeah,
fucking
he doesn't have a porn
porn
addiction.
perv.
He just watches it and can't stop watching it.
Exactly.
It's not a
There you
porn
go. Shut the
addiction.
fuck up.
All
Nah,
right.
pero I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess I would love a girl that has the same energy as me, bro. Going
Yeah,
out, having fun on the dance floor.
you want a best friend. Let me ask you a question, buddy. If you had to choose between a best friend or a life partner, which one would you choose?
What's the difference with the two?
I'm glad you asked. So, a life partner is I don't even that's actually a dumb way to put it. Um fucking hell, man. I don't even know what's a better way to put that. Cuz life partner is just so ugh. Fucking
Dude, what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to figure it out right now, bro. I'm buffering. Give me a moment.
Okay, buddy, take your time.
Nah, fuck it, whatever. A life partner, I guess. I can't find a better word for it. Um, would you rather have a best friend or a life partner in the sense of I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna build a family with this girl. You know what I mean? Would you rather her be like similar to you and have your similar interests and all that type of shit, or her be really like enthusiastic and into the idea of starting a family with you? They could be they could be mutually together and stuff like those two attributes, but in this hypothetical, let's just say that it's one or the other.
I mean, if I'm being honest, bro, those to me kind of sounded the same.
Uh,
Actually, you know what? Can you repeat what you said? Actually,
yeah, like
let me think about it
a
more.
girl who you can have fun with, and she shares your interests, and she's like a best friend. You know what I mean? Where you can have fun with her, and you can do all all the shit that you were talking about. Go to go dance with her. All the whatever the fuck it is that you think is fun. All that type of shit that you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
That or have a person again. I understand that you can have both of these in a girl, and but this is a hypothetical in the sense that it's either one or the other. Or have a girl who is really ecstatic and really enthusiastic about having children with you and being a housewife and like having a family with you and all that.
Okay, so let me just break this down in terms so my brain understands it. Would I rather want a girl who has similar interests in me, likes doing the things I like, and we have very similar personalities and attributes, or a girl who wants to settle down, live the calm life, raise a family, and not be too out there? Is that what you're saying?
Fucking hell, I was muted. The girl that's your best friend,
Yeah.
that she that she has your interests, she has your similar interests, and you have fun with her and all that type of stuff. She likes building Legos with you while you're watching Attack of the Clones, all that type of stuff. Either that, but she's not really into the idea of having kids and starting a family and living in like a nice growing old together and all that type of shit, with with grandkids and all that. She's not really in the mood. She's not really in with the idea of that. Or a girl who's really with the idea of having kids and being a housewife and taking care of you and her kids and all that type of stuff, and growing old with you, having grandchildren, all that type of shit, but not really has the same interest that you do, in the sense of building Legos and watching Attack of the Clones and going
Well,
dancing and shit.
in this instance, then I would have to pick the girl that wants to have a family and kids.
All right, Maddie, you you made your old man happy, okay, buddy? All right, that's the question I had. I mean, I appreciate you
Because
answering,
at
buddy.
the end of the day, that's what's important. That's what my end goal is. Like, for sure, I would love to have a girl that has the same interests and likes to do things that I like. That we don't have to try. We could just do. We already know what I already know what she likes to do because it's what I like to do, and we could just go do it and have fun. But at the end of the day, I want to be a father. I want to help raise my kids. I want to have my kids. I want to take my little boy to football. I want to take my daughter to cheerleading or sports or school and shit like that. So that's at the end of the day, that's what matters more to me. And she doesn't want to sit down and build Legos or go to like a Dave and Buster's on a weekend and do shit like that. And so be it. But at the end of the day, having her be the mother of my children, and us having a loving relationship, that's what matters
How
at
many
the end of
kids
the
do you
day
want?
more for me. Me?
Yeah.
I would love either 2 or 3.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, all
I
right.
know. I know. I know. A football team.
Wait, what?
I know you want to have a football team.
Me?
Yeah, you told me you want to like 7 kids.
Um, I'm not gonna lie. I'm down for a basketball team. I'm down for a basketball team. I think a football team would be good. It'd be awesome, but a basketball team is fine. I'll take that. Uh, moving off of this topic, I suppose, since Maddie gave me his answer. Maddie, you're a good guy. You know what I mean? Um,
Thank you, buddy.
actually, I have one more question for you, Maddie.
What's up, buddy?
Actually, I don't have one more question for you, Maddie. What are your guys'
Okay.
thoughts? I don't think we've ever talked about this on the show, but it's like, I mean, it's a really prominent debate topic, or I guess just topic in general, that we've never really touched on. Although I think I have a feeling what your answers are going to be. What are your guys' thoughts on gun control? Do you think, what are your thoughts on that? You think we should have no gun control in the sense of people should just have the right to own, guns if they wanted to, and there shouldn't be any limitations, or what are you guys' opinions on that? We'll start with
I think there should be, and I think there should be background checks, but that's about it.
so just
They're
background
they
checks.
already they already do
Yeah.
background checks, my friend.
All right, so just background checks to guns. What about you, Maddie?
Well, 100% keep the background checks and keep the 7-day waiting period. Also, what I think they should also do is, even though you have your concealed license and your license to carry,
Well,
I
you don't need
still
that
I
anymore in the state of Florida.
in the state of Florida, correct? But this is for listeners that might be out of Florida. So in general, I think maybe they should bring the 7-day waiting period for those who have the license, because for those who don't know, if you don't have your concealed, if you don't have a license to carry, you have to wait 7 days after purchase, after running a background check and everything. You have to wait 7 days to be able to pick up your firearm. At least that goes with
Why
handguns.
is that?
And I'm sorry.
Why is that?
The reason is because if you don't have a license to carry, the reason
No, no, no,
that every
not like why they don't have to wait. Why is there a waiting period?
oh yeah, that's what I'm explaining.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So no worries. So the waiting period for those who don't have a concealed license is because like let's say me and George, right? Let's say we don't know each other, right? And we get into a fight. This like let's say he's neighbor down the block. And we get into he's loud, he's obnoxious, we're fighting every day.
Oh, you're saying.
And
Oh, I think I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what you're saying is that like if like they want to basically they want to
prevent
stop
eventually.
anybody. Yeah, they want to stop anybody who has like a malicious intent of purchasing the firearm
100%. Yeah,
from
that
using
that's
it
that's
for
the
that
pretty yeah. I
malicious
was gonna
intent.
give a little like scenario, but yeah, pretty much the real reason for 7-day waiting period is because they don't know what your intent is with the firearm. They don't know if you have a dispute with somebody. They don't know if you're angry, this and that, or if you're mentally capable or like mentally stable, I should say. So they don't want to just give
Well,
you a
isn't that
gun
what a
because
background check is for though? To
no, a
make sure
background
you're
check.
stable.
No, no, a background no has nothing to do with a background check. A background check is for to make sure you don't have any felonies, make sure you don't have any assault charges or anything,
Yeah, but what would
any
that tell
sort
you
of
though?
violent crimes.
That would tell you if the person is stable, right?
I mean, yes, but no, because there could be situations where somebody gets into an altercation, and then they could be the one charged, but they were in reality the victim. So it goes on their story of like assault with a
A
deadly
deadly
weapon, and the
weapon.
deadly weapon was a pencil or a
Yeah,
book.
I
'Cause
understand that.
anything in your hands is a deadly weapon.
No,
So
yeah. Yeah, if it's me, because I'm John Wick. No, but if you, regardless of what the reasoning for that person, like whether or not he was in the fault or not, if your background check shows up with a felony, you're gonna be denied that gun, right?
100%. If you have any type of felony, any felony charge on your record, you are not allowed to buy a firearm. That is one thing that they do of a background check, because they cannot because once you're convicted of a felony and it goes on your record, you lose the right to own a firearm, and that's handgun, rifle, shotgun, anything, any sort of firearm. You are not allowed to own if you have any sort of felony.
Yeah, so it'd be fair to say that like the background check is to make sure that you're not a crazy person or either crazy or unhinged or irresponsible or just a criminal.
If you have a history of violence, I would say.
Yeah, so unhinged or like not really capable of
Yes,
control, of self-control, whatever the case.
100%, yeah. I would
Yes.
say yeah.
Yeah, so if that's the case, why should there be a 7-day period, a waiting period?
Uh, because in the situation like I don't have a license, and then I get into an argument with my neighbor, and I get so mad I just want to kill him. What am I gonna do? Oh, let me go to my local gun store, excuse me, buy a handgun. Let me go to Bass Pro. Let me get some ammo and let me kill him. In the 7 days, I can calm down. I could reassess the situation,
Think
and
it
then
through.
I'll calm down and then not buy the firearm for that reason
Or
with just the intent to kill.
you also couldn't, right?
Couldn't what?
Calm
No,
down
that's
and
true. Yeah,
reassess and stuff.
yeah. There's yeah, 100%. Because everyone's different.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't. Let's say my grudge doesn't go away, and then I get my 7-day period. I go pick it up, and then the first thing I do with it is I harm somebody.
Yeah.
That's true.
Go ahead.
But I mean, it's just I do think it's good because it's nice to know at least that it's not as easily accessible. It's not like anybody and everybody can just go, hey, I want this Glock 19. Hey, I want this Beretta. Give me this right now. Here, oh, it's 1,000. Here's $1,000. Let me get 2 boxes of ammo and 5 extra magazines. I'm gonna, you know, take care of my neighbor type shit. And then, it's a good thing that that doesn't happen, because I feel there could possibly be a lot more crimes and murders if that was the case.
All right, buddy, that's interesting. Like I said, we've never had this conversation on the show, I don't think. Although, bro, this shit was like super popular back in the first Trump's first term, and now we kind of just forgot about it because of other things that have been going on, immigration and transgender stuff.
Immigration.
Yeah, all that type of stuff. But I mean, I think that, to be honest with you, when it comes to the whole 7 day thing, I don't think it's anybody's business what your intention with the gun is, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that people should just mind their fucking. I think the government should mind its fucking business. And yeah, that 7 day thing is just so stupid to me. It's like, dude, I mean, I'm buying a gun. Why the fuck do you care what I'm gonna use? Like,
Get a license so you don't have to wait the 7 days.
well, like, I don't even think licenses should be a thing either. I like what Florida did,
Why
where
not?
the concealed carry thing is like you don't need a license to carry concealed. You know what I mean? Um, I think we should just like
You know what I
societally.
think is dumb?
What?
Places that have gun-free zone, like you're right there, you're saying nobody there is has a gun, so the criminal's like, oh, so nobody here has a gun. You know what? This is a perfect place to fucking steal. Perfect place to fucking rob. Perfect place to, just do my thing.
Yeah, or like companies like Walgreens who have like policies where the employees like can't intervene when somebody's stealing some shit. It's like, okay, well,
Oh, that's
yeah, like
everybody.
where do you think these thieves are gonna fucking steal then? Places where they won't be stopped. Like they're just gonna steal there. Like I don't know. For me personally, like those, like the licenses to carry and 7 day waiting, all that's just so stupid. It's like, bro, if somebody has the intention of doing something bad with the gun, or like even in general, like if I buy a car today and my intention is to ram it through a crowd of people, what the fuck is it to you, the dealership selling me the car? It's none of your business what my intention is. I could also use it to commute from work to home or to take it on a road trip or something. It's none of your business what my intention with the product that I'm purchasing is. Um, it's the same thing with guns. Like my intention with a gun, and I think it's far more likely that my intention with a gun would be to shoot it at the range or have some fun in like a open range or something, or self defense, like in home defense or something, like shit like that. It's like the fuck. It's not your like I. The government just they stick it they're sticking their nose in our lives too much, and that's just mind your business type shit. That's just my perspective on it, at least. Which is why I fuck with what Ron DeSantis did in the state of Florida. He no license needed to carry concealed. I fuck with that. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot.
You're a cool guy.
But yeah, Maddie, you have more of like I wouldn't say like you agree with the background checks and the licenses and the 7 day
Yeah,
waiting period.
I agree, but I also feel that we should maybe implement some sort of psychological evaluation
So you
because
think there should be more like? Do you think there should be more like of like a screening process? You
I
think
don't
there
think
should be more?
yes,
I don't.
I do because, and I'll give you an example right now. Have either of you ever applied to be a police officer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you remember when you had to do your psych evaluation?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know why it is that they had you do that? Did they explain it to you?
Yeah.
Would you mind just explaining what they excuse me, would you mind explaining whether it is that the department told you why it is that they're doing a psychological evaluation?
Yeah, because you're going to be put in a position of authority, and that authority must be held responsibly by somebody who has all the marbles intact.
Exactly. And also because you're going to be carrying several weapons: pepper spray, baton, taser, knives,
Yeah, but it's
handcuffs,
more
and a
it's
gun.
more when it comes to the police force, it's more so the authority of the position rather than the weapons itself, because the authority is what gives you that like rush um of like ego, where you think you're the fucking man because you're a cop and you have to do what I say and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's not so much the weapons. It's more so the authority of the position and what it could do to your brain if you're not somebody who's got their marbles intact. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, on top of the fact that you're having an authority position, we're giving you weapons that could kill somebody. So it's like it's different. You know what I mean? It's the same way as like, a car. You could ram somebody in a high-speed chase. We got to make sure that you're sane so that you don't ram somebody who shouldn't be rammed just because you feel like it. That doesn't mean that we should start background checking or psyche valuing people who buy cars. You know what I mean? But
No, 100%. But I mean, there is a difference between a car and a gun because I mean, regardless of the situation, I just feel that we should have more of an extensive searches and restrictions on what type of firearm you can buy at what age, because it's so stupid that I have to be. Is it 21 to buy a handgun?
yeah,
Yeah, it's so stupid that I have to be 21 to buy a handgun, right? I can have that shit in my pocket, the back part of my pants, front part of my pants, my fucking leg, my chest, wherever. But then I could be 18 and buy a rifle. It's nothing against the rifle. It's just that age, that it's so easily accessible to someone of that age who is immature, who's hormonal, who's going through a lot of mental changes and challenges. I don't feel that that should be right. So I feel
you think that a
that
21-year-old is not going through those hormonal changes and
no, I'm not.
mental
I'm not
challenges?
saying you're not. I'm just saying at 18, that's still high school. In my mind, you're still high. You have the high school mentality, and even into your 20, because there's I'm not that far from 20, bro. But and again, everyone is different, and I still see some of these people that are 20, 21. Like they're still doing that stupid shit where they're taking a selfie video that they have a cup of vodka, a red solo cup of vodka. They got glow sticks. They're just flexing that they're drinking with a bunch of smoking and stupid shit in the background. It's like, why do you have to share that? And then you're able to have a gun. God help whoever you piss off, because you're gonna be the stupid person to just pull it out whenever, which is another sad thing to do because
So wait, real quick though. When do you think that people get mature enough, or when do you think people are mature enough to own a firearm?
here's the thing. I don't think you could really put an age on that. I really think it depends on the person and their mental stature.
Yeah,
Their
okay,
mental status.
but we do put a number on it, right? In the law. So
Yes.
if you were the one who was like in control of the law and whatnot, what age would you put it to?
Probably leave it at 21, maybe even make that shit 25, bro.
So you think that um people who are 21 years old don't have the mental capacity to be able to handle the responsibility of a firearm? Is that what you're saying?
No, I do. No, 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 I do. That's what I
What
said
about 18
a
years
few
old?
seconds ago. 18 years old, not one bit.
Okay.
So a lot of people are still hotheads. Like then again, like I said, it depends on the person and their maturity. Because I'm mature enough to know I can own one that I will not some stupid little argument with somebody and then pull it out and shoot, and hopefully vice versa. That I already know.
But you think we should make laws barring if you were like when you were 18 years old, you think we should make laws barring you as an 18-year-old from owning a firearm?
100%.
What about voting? You think we should make laws barring 18-year-olds from voting?
No,
Why not?
because if you're able to drink at that age, then you should be able to vote.
No, 18, 18, 18.
Yeah, you're able to drink at 18. Oh no, shit, that's 21. My God, I'm tripping. Uh, no, I mean, wait, what was your question again?
Do you think we should bar 18-year-olds from voting?
Like not allow them?
Yeah.
100%.
So you think that 18-year-olds should not be able to vote?
100%, because 18, like I said, you're still in the high school level. You're still in
What about
that's
drive? You
drive.
think 18-year-olds should be able to drive by themselves?
100%, yeah, because let's say they're 18 and they already graduated high school, they need to get to college. Can't have mommy and daddy keep taking them to school. They got to learn how to be independent.
I mean, they could use a bus or some sort of public transportation.
No, 100%, yeah, they can. But I mean, if they have the ability to be able to drive themselves and do what they got to do without having to rely on other people, then hey, go do for it. You go do
Why?
it, and
But
then
why? Why would they need transportation and why would they need to rely on themselves?
Oh, because they're at that point in age where they're already legally an adult and they need to start acting like it. They need to learn responsibility.
Right, right. I agree with you, which is why we should allow people to vote at the age of 18 because at that age, most people are adults or all people are adults and they need to start acting like it. Voting is also a big part of that. Owning a gun is also a big part of that. Um, but wouldn't they, with in your perspective, wouldn't they be able to just take that car and go to like a club or like maybe go do some drugs with some friends or something like that? Use the car really irresponsibly because at the end of the day, they are a 18-year-old who is very immature and stuff, right?
Yeah, 100%. I agree. That's why I say to me, and I'm not that far off of that age. To me,
Oh, me
I
neither.
still
I'm
see
21, so
18.
I'm really close.
I know, and you and I, and probably a lot of other people listening, we're not on that spectrum of that whole stupid shit. But in my mind, when I hear 18, I still think that you're on that high school mentality
Yeah, we
bullshit.
we we the 1%, guys. We the 1%.
We know we really are, because the thing, and it's not like all 18-year-olds are in that high school bullshit mentality. I'm talking about those idiots and the immature ones who haven't had a reality check and haven't understood how cruel the world is and that it's not fair and that they can't get everything they want. They won't be able to have everything they want and that they have to work for what they have and what they need. So that's why I'm saying like at 18, if mommy and daddy are still taking you, or you're taking the bus to school, bus home, are they picking you up, this and that? You don't know real responsibility. Yeah, you're working your weekends at McDonald's, so you can go with your friends to a concert or, whatever. Then fine, but if you're not working to survive, to pay rent, to pay car, to pay insurance, pay your phone bill, to pay your mortgage, or just to pay for the necessities of life of being like an actual adult, then I think you should have certain restrictions on that because you haven't fully entered adulthood legally. By age, you're an adult, but you're not an adult until you realize that you have to be mature and you need to grow the fuck up and stop snapping everything, stop Instagramming live everything. Nobody gives a shit that you're 18, 19 years old on a boat, drinking illegally, or through bottles of champagne, smoking a lot of weed. Nobody gives a shit about that. And it's that type of mentality and that type of social status, I would say, that really ruins it for the rest who, like you and me, were mature. We matured from a younger age, and that we understand the responsibilities and virtues that we have of being a young adult. We're an actual young adult, not just by age, but by our mental capacity and how we act in the world.
Well, um, yeah, I think if you're gonna think that 18-year-olds are not mature enough they shouldn't be allowed to vote because they're not mature enough. They shouldn't be allowed to own guns. I think all the same I guess things, I suppose. What's the word? The same things that we expect from kids who are 17 years and younger. We should also be expecting the same thing from people who are 18 years old, 19 years old. Uh, I just don't think that's how society would or should run. But uh, yeah, I mean, we just disagree on that, buddy. But either way, I appreciate the conversation, though, buddy. I don't know if you have any final words before, because we're in a wrap now. I don't know if anybody has any final words before we wrap.
No, you guys did have a good debate there.
It was a good back and forth. I think, like I said, I don't agree with Maddie's worldview there, but that's okay. Um, but I
That's what
don't know.
makes the show great, bro. That we disagree, but at the same time, we're still level headed about everything.
Yeah, I still
Yeah,
love
I
I
I
still love
I,
my guy
I
Maddie.
don't get level.
Huh?
I'm not a level-headed person to discussing things.
I'm really glad that your microphone sucks as much ass as you do because I'm so glad I can't hear you.
I said I'm not level-headed like that. You fucking little midget.
Okay, we don't call them midgets, we call them little people. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Did you
Oh,
guys? You
so
know,
he hates fat people and
little
he hates
shade.
little people. That's
No, no, no,
crazy.
no, no, no. I don't hate little people. I just hate this one little person named Matt. Listen, this guy. I
All
can
right,
be
nobody needs
nice
to
to
hear
him.
about your
No,
rant,
shut
Matt. Let's
shut
go.
up. listen, I could be nice to him, and Matt, you can back me. I could be nice to him, and he would find a way to just be mean, fucking talk shit. He likes that stuff. Isn't it true,
You know,
Matt?
my friends, my friends actually say that they're like, when we're nice to you, you're so fucking mean to me. But then when we're mean to you, that's when you want to be all nice. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm
Exactly,
like,
bro.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I guess.
You just like to be, I don't know, treated bad. I feel like a dominatrix would be your
Oh
perfect,
shit. Oh, Maddie's a sub. Maddie's a
the
submissive
sub.
guy.
He's a
Oh
sub.
no. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
Maddie's a
yeah.
sub. It's okay, Maddie.
Kool-Aid.
I got the perfect girl for you. Her name is Dom Queen. That's her name.
Dom Queen.
Anyways, yeah, no, I just, I completely disagree with Maddie. I think his viewpoint is completely asinine and makes no sense whatsoever. And if implemented, would destroy our planet in general. I mean, he's just a piece of shit. I'm just kidding. I love Maddie.
Oh my
Maddie's an awesome guy.
god.
Maddie is such a sweetheart. I love Maddie. Maddie's a cool guy.
I love you
Uh,
too, buddy.
we definitely disagree on this point, but that's okay. That's what the show is all about. And if anybody wants to come on and debate this topic with Maddie or myself, if you agree with Maddie or agree with me, regardless, we would love to have you. Which is on the it's on the what's it called? It's on the to-do list. I don't know if you guys have any last words to say before we get off about any of the topics we spoke on today or anything at all. I don't know if you guys have anything else to
Nah, I'm
say.
okay.
No, nothing else. Maddie.
No, I don't have anything else to say, but I'll just shoot a little idea maybe for next episode. Let's talk more about maybe next episode. Let's talk about our nostalgic childhood memories, TV shows, things we would do. That way we can see if we can connect with more people out there, broaden our spectrum.
Um, I think that sounds extremely boring to be honest, but that's okay. No, I'm
Oh,
just kidding. I'm just kidding, Maddie. Why the fuck am I? I'm such a. Why am I being so stupid right now? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Maddie. I didn't mean that. We'll definitely talk about that in the next episode for sure. Nostalgic things. I did want to talk about stories from our past and childhoods and stuff like that. That would be very cool, I think, to discuss. But either way, that's going to be the end of the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate every single person who tuned in, who listened to this show and to this episode. You could have been anywhere else in the world, and you chose to spend your time listening to our voices and our opinions. We appreciate that very much. Again, just a disclaimer, the views expressed on the show by the individual hosts or guests do not necessarily reflect the views of the Cat 5 Boys podcast. Clips, we have clips. If you guys can't catch the full shows, but you want to get the some of the best bits, maybe get a couple laughs or see get a couple of the summaries of our opinions and such. We have clips accounts where we post all small little clips of kind of the best parts of the shows. Not all of them, obviously, because then what would be the point of the episodes? But we have those on Instagram at CatFiveBoys, on TikTok at CatFiveBoys, and right here, if you're watching on YouTube, we have shorts as well. So if you want to go check those out, kind of some of the best bits of the episodes we post on there. Yeah. So if anybody wants to be a guest on the show, we would love to have you on. If you disagree with some of our positions, maybe my position on women and their voting privileges, or George's position on little people, or Maddie's position on being a white knight simp. Who knows what you disagree with? If you would like to debate it with us, we would love to have you on and have those debates on the show. Just send us a DM on Instagram at Cat5Boys, expressing your interest, even if you just want to talk about something cool that's going on in your life or something you're interested in. We would still love to chat with you live on air. So if you guys are interested, just send us a DM at Cat5Boys on Instagram, and we'll get in touch with you, and we'll set it up and everything like that. We would love to have you guys on. I stream every Saturday. Me, myself, and Maddie. Sorry, not Maddie. Fuck, I was getting us confused. Matt. I stream every Saturday on Twitch and on YouTube. The links will be in the description if you guys want to check that out as well. Always at 6:00 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube and Twitch. I stream, just talk about all sorts of stuff. If you guys want to go over there and put a face to the voice, face to the name, maybe talk some shit live, in the chat, whatever you guys want to do. Maybe give me some love. Who knows? If you guys want to check that out, it's going to be in the description down below. Make sure to like, make sure to comment. We love the comments. Any ideas, any stories you have to tell us, whatever you want, comment them down below. On the clips as well, comment them. We love the comments. We'll read them in the next episode for sure. Which, speaking of that, let me pull up. We had a comment on a short of our food addiction. It was somebody saying it was a clip of us talking about, or me talking about how I'm addicted to quarter pounder with cheeses, and I love quarter pounders with cheese, and I love it. Right? Some guy in the comments put yes, Michael 42049 commented, yes, it's addictive because it's literally one of the 3 things you need to live. Okay, Michael, you piece of fucking shit. I hope you fucking die in a fucking fire for being
Oh my
sarcastic to me,
goodness.
okay? You sarcastic to me, you fucking piece of garbage. Listen, I understand it's one of the 3 things we need to survive. Although I would also argue we need 4 things, and that is Earth itself, you dipshit. But either way, yeah. I'm talking about junk food, though, you idiot. I'm talking about junk food in specific. So go fuck yourself, Michael. Either way, just like Michael
Oh
commented, we
shit.
appreciate Michael. We appreciate his comment. We love you, Michael. Thank you for watching the clip and commenting. Anybody else wants to comment? We would love to hear your opinion. Anyways, my long outro here. Make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe. Do all the stuff that we love. We post every Wednesdays and Fridays. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in and spending your time with us. We appreciate it very much. Have a beautiful and blessed night. God bless you guys. Have a good night.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.